For the remote desktop management, there are several places within the console that you're able to set that up. So I'm going to show you where they're located, and then we'll walk through the creation of the plan itself. The first place that you may have seen where this is located is when you go to a machine that has an agent inside. You're able to select one of them, and in the Protect plan that you go to create, when you go to hit Add Plan, you will see that there's a drop down. So it doesn't just cover creation of a plan that allows you to do like backup and recovery and malware protection and stuff like that. You can also develop plans to do things like remote monitoring, as well as scripting, and then remote management as well. So when you select this, it's going to open up a lot of different options for you to go ahead and select. But what I want to do real quick is also show you the other way that you're able to access this. If you come down here to the management tab, you'll also see inside of here that we do have monitoring plans. And then directly from here, underneath that and the remote management plans as well, you're able to go in and create a plan from here, hit uh, the settings within, and then add your workloads. So those are the two different places that you will see where those are. And then from here, let's just go through the options so we can kind of talk about what you're able to do as far as the setup goes. So when you're doing a remote connection plan, we do have two different protocols that you're able to do a setup for if it's on a Windows machine. We can do the RDP, which is a very typical connection. Most folks know the RDP connection and being able to remote desktop in and do your troubleshooting, anything you might need to do. There is, though, an actual protocol that you can install that is a near protocol. This is a unique protocol from Acronis. And you can see here that it does allow you to make connections by using system login, access code, or by asking for permissions to observe and control it. If you wanted more information on this new technology and how we can utilize it, definitely open up this part that says what is near, and it'll go through the details here for you to look through. Now, well, you can also see here that there's some security settings that you can implement here based on the type of connections that you're using. So you can see here whether you can allow connections to Apple sharing for this endpoint. And then for the near protocol, we can go ahead and lock workloads when users disconnect. We can allow only one user to connect at a time. You can work with it allowing workload administrators to connect to any session. So this would make it to where the end user did not need to give you permission to log in. So this allows you at any time. So if they're on PTO or anything like that, it gives the IT admins access to the endpoint for them to do anything that they need, troubleshooting, fixing, anything. And you can see as well whether it's clipboard synchronization is allowed and so on. And then what I want to do is show you once you do have that capability in there, you're able to also come down and select here whether you would like to enable file transfer as well as allow screenshot transmissions. You can also go underneath that and see the desktop display settings. And then in the toolbox, you can decide whether you'd like to allow to keep a log file for any users that have been logged in last. So if it wasn't you who used the protocol, it'll show you the other IT user that was in, etc. And then once you set this up according to your preferences here, you can come up and add this to a specific workload, and it will show you the agents that you can apply that to. And then from there, I did want to show that when you go into the devices and you go into the machines that have agents inside, you can then see because of the access that you've given it, you have the capability now to do things like select underneath the recovery tab this option called remote desktop. And that's going to give you that capability to directly from the console go through and take direct control of that machine. It's going to allow you to come in and view only, decide whether to use Neo or RDP to connect. You can then go ahead and go into the settings and add credentials if you need to. You can also do things from the managed perspective and do things like put it to sleep or force a restart, transfer files. You can see that you can also take a desktop screenshot. All of these options here are done manually through you selecting them, or you can schedule all of them through that management tab that I showed earlier. So that would all be done through the remote management plans as well as the monitoring plans. Because inside of the monitoring plans, you're able to do a monitor of showing, the essential hardware, performance, systems, and security monitoring. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate it.